I say resentment is like a checked bag. You're getting on a plane, you check your bag, it's with you, but you don't need it right now. You just need it when you need it, but it's always there, close by, right? Then we went into the next one, we talked about pride, and how pride is something that holds on to you like a carry-on. So you take it with you, it's on you, but your valuables in there. Because you put in your carry-on the stuff that kind of makes you important. You ain't going to put your fancy jewelry underneath there, right? You got to make sure that make it. It's your pride bag. This is stuff that separates you, makes you feel better than others. Well, there's something else that when you think about luggage, you have on your person, and it's always with you, even if you don't want it. It's in your pockets, it's on your person, and that thing is fear. Now, you may not want it, but it's with you, and it stays with you, and it never leaves you. Even when you're feeling good, it's still underlined there, and that thing is fear. Top fears in America. Top fears in America. Adrian, you pull that up for me. Change. Don't want anything to be different. I like the good old days. I like when things were like this. I remember when. Why did it have to change? We don't want to change, even if it's for the better. Work at a company and let them change some of the technology. Let them implement a new system. Now, you know these people aren't going to spend $40 million on something that's worse. But you talk to everybody, I hate this and I hate that and I hate, because they changed it. I was just getting comfortable and they changed it. And it's something new for me to do. That happens in life. Change is a fear. Loneliness. Look at what people do just not to be lonely. Don't leave me alone. They will sacrifice themselves. They will settle for less just not to be lonely. Failure. Don't want to fail. People will not do just so they don't fail. They will not attempt just so they won't fail. They won't get up there and potentially put themselves in a different class of success just because there's a chance that they may fail, even if they're better at whatever they're doing than anyone else. I tell my kids all the time when they're playing an instrument, they're playing it for a crowd. Ain't nobody in this crowd can play. If you just got up there and held, if they one of them play the oboe, the other one the saxophone, if you just got there and put your fingers on the keys like you finna play, 99% of the people out here watching you don't know where to put the fingers. So you're already better than everybody else. But you still nervous and scared of what they may think. Rejection. People don't even ask for stuff that's theirs because it's rejection. Somebody could short you a little money. And somebody be, well, they could just keep it. Just because of what they might say. People won't challenge a meal that comes to their table because the person may say, well, that's our policy. What they going to tell you? No, but it's rejection. Right? Go to your job. You know you need a raise, but they may say no. Uncertainty. Don't know what's going to happen. Don't know what tomorrow's going to bring. Today was good, but what about tomorrow? Something bad may happen. Of course it may happen. Don't that just hold people back? And then the last one, being judged. People won't come into church because they think of what somebody else might say. I can't tell you the number of people that may have become pregnant. Let's talk about real. May be pregnant. May have had something happen in their life. May have had some family issues. That's their personal issues. Husband may have did something. Wife may have did something. Kid may have did something. And you don't see them no more. Because people are going to talk. So what? God's house. That's something they got to deal with. But the fear of being judged will hold you back. It'll keep you from family. It'll keep you from church. It'll keep you from going around friends. And you done handled it and you done did it and God good with it, but fear of being judged by others. Think about how many problems we could all eradicate if people weren't afraid of what other people may say about them. Fear. What will they think? How many times have we done something made changes to our lives, done something that we know we shouldn't have done because of what other people may think. People, I'm 16, 15, RJ's age, go over to a friend's house. And this is how my day went. I was just planning to go over there and play some video games. I spent the night. Next thing I know, it was 4th of July weekend, right? I go over to one of his friends' house, and he was like, hey, they were having a little party. Hey, let's get some beer. Like, I don't want no beer. And they grabbed some beers, and they handed it to me, and they drinking it. And I'm like, I don't want none of that. And they handed it to me. Here's the thing about fear. They didn't even tell me to drink it. He just handed it to me. I'm like, oh, I better drink it. I could have said no, but I didn't. So what I do? Drink it. Oh, nasty. 14. I don't like beer. I like Coke and Kool-Aid. Right? I don't know what this stuff is. So I just had to sit there and hold it for a long time, looking so uncomfortable. Right? I put it down somewhere. Next thing I know, little time goes by. Hey, I got the keys to my uncle's car. Let's go. Mind you, everybody 15. Ain't nobody drive. Don't know how to drive. So let's go. Did they tell me to go? Did they make me go? No. But where I go? Front seat, passenger side. Who driving? Stranger. Don't know his name then. Don't know his name now. But here I am sitting there. 2 lights getting how I feel, just the red and shaking. Done blushed all over me. Just hear this man riding down the street, wrong lane, swerving. Oh, you might want to ease, right? Here we going down Old National, riding down to the skating rink. Everybody feeling good and comfortable in this stolen car, except for me. Because I'm like, man, what my mama gonna kill me? This wasn't fun. I wasn't enjoying myself. I'm riding down the street doing 60 with somebody who don't know how to drive. How do I know they don't know how to drive? Because we hit stop signs and curves. So I know they don't know how to drive. But they didn't ease up on the gas. And I'm riding, trying to look comfortable. Nervous. Went in my own neighborhood. Had the opportunity to be like, man, I'm going to get out and stay home. Why didn't I do that? Because my mama going to say, what you doing here? How you get back? There are too many questions there. So no, I guess I got to ride back with you. Riding back, wouldn't you know it, sitting right there, roadblock. No fake license. Everybody in here, ain't nobody got no facial hair, so we can't pass for older. And here we pull up. Boy, that fear came in the end. What'd I do? Woods on this side, woods on that side. Door is open. If he say something, I'm running. I'm going to run. Why you going to run? Because if I don't run, my one phone call is only going to go to 2 people, and they right there. I'd rather you catch me and tackle me versus I got a shot. That's all. I just got a shot. It could go bad, but I got a shot. Because Lord knows I didn't want to do that. And the police come to the car, and he look inside, and he looked at this man who was driving, who was the tougher kid. And I think he wanted him. But I think he looked across in that passenger seat and saw a kid who, well, you done learned your lesson tonight. And he said, look, young man, don't run. I said, dog, he just knew I was going to run. I looked over, I said, the door open. No wonder he knew I was. Y'all get on back home. Where y'all at? Right there? Oh, okay, go on back home. I beat that one. Thank you, Lord. Heart was beating everything. But fear was right there. Fear was the reason I did it. Why? Here's the thing, people. Fear had me afraid to say no. But here I am, all these years later, and there's still certain situations that I could find myself in where fear will creep up. That same fear that will keep me from doing what I need to do or not going where I need to go. Fear will grip. Fear. People have done drugs over fear. Alcohol, you just saw that out of fear. Been in situations to where their life has been changed forever because of fear. Sex, because of fear. Drugs, jail, death, because of fear. But also, people are not where they need to be today. They should be standing higher. They should be doing more. They should be somewhere different than they are. But they're not there because they were afraid to make that decision because of other people. Well, why is that? Turn to Psalms 23. This is not just the story of Reggie. Psalms 23. Here's the thing about the Bible. We become too familiar. We get so familiar with things that we forget about how great it is. You've been married so long that you forget how good the love is that you have in your relationship. And then when people leave each other, sometimes they realize what they had was good. And sometimes we get so familiar with God's love and protection and grace that we take it for granted, and it becomes something that we can dismiss, that we don't call upon. We look at Psalms 23 as cliche, right? It's something that just happens. It's just familiar. Kind of like don't worry, be happy, right? Yeah, that's good. That's a good saying. Don't worry, be happy. But we just say it and we don't think about that. And we look at Psalms 23 the same way. Psalms 23 is what we should live by whenever we're going through something. Let's read it together. The Lord is my shepherd. I lack nothing. He makes me lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside quiet waters. He refreshes my soul. He guides me along the right paths for his name's sake. Even though I walk through the darkest valley, I will fear no evil, for you are with me. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me. You prepare a table before me in the presence of my enemies. You anoint my head with oil. My cup overflows. Surely your goodness and love will follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever. To be in the valley of the shadow of death. Some people may look at that as small. But your valley is anytime you're uncomfortable. Anytime you feel that something is not right. Anytime that something is coming against you. No matter how small, no matter how much it may look minimal to other people, your valley is when you are most vulnerable. It's when things may happen. When a sheep is going through the valley, there's fear of avalanche. There's fear of predators. It's dark. It's dingy. Even when the lights are dim, there's a fear there. Something could happen. In fact, when you're in the valley, that's when you're at your weakest. That's when things aren't quite going quite right. And stuff that normally happens seems a lot worse. The storms are worse in the valley. Now, it's the same storm that is happening a little higher up, but in the valley, you got a lot more going on, so it becomes worse. So notice when you're going through a minor problem and then something else happens, it seems a lot bigger than if you were going through your life at its most optimal point. That makes sense? So when stuff starts happening to you when you're in the valley, it seems like the world is falling around. Let something happen at your job where it's a bad day, and then on the way home you get a flat tire, or you notice you left your wallet. Don't that just mean so much more than if it was a good day? And there's never a good time to get a flat tire. But when you get one and you're having a good day, you go out and fix it and you continue on. But when your day is bad, oh man, you want to roll that tire down 285. You want to kick something. You want to throw something. Then you look in the back and your tool's missing. And you got to call somebody. It just gets worse and worse. And it seems so bad. It seems like the pressure of the world is on you. And the only thing you got is this happened and this happened. But you were in the valley, so it seems really bad. But he said, the rod and the staff will comfort and protect you while you're in this dark spot. So you have to rely on him. When you are here, remember fear stays with you. So even in the good times and the bad times, that fear is going to call on you and says, hey, I'm here. But notice what God says at the end, what David says about God at the end of Psalms 23. I will prepare a table for you in front of your enemies. You know how comfortable you got to be to eat in front of people? Especially people that don't like you. That's a dangerous man. If you mean fear up on this person, and they sitting there with a knife and fork enjoying their meal, you better watch out, because they're not scared, right? A scared person can't eat. But if you eating, that means you pretty comfortable. God is going to put you in a place of comfort even when people mean harm to you. And you have to be ready. You have to remember that no matter what you do, no matter where you are, that you can succeed. And when you sit down at that table and eat, the resentment didn't work. The takedown didn't work. The pain that they had for you didn't work. The evil that they had planned for you didn't work. But God worked. And he put you at a place where you could be comfortable and enjoy your meal without fear. Go to Psalms 139, 7 through 12. Because sometimes we're not in the valley. Sometimes we're just going through life, right? This says, where can I go from your spirit? Where can I flee from your presence? If I go up to the heavens, you are there. If I make my bed in the depths, you are there. If I rise on the wings of the dawn, if I settle on the far side of the sea, even there your hand will guide me, your right hand will hold me fast. If I say, surely the darkness will hide me and the light become night around me, even the darkness will not be dark to you. The night will shine like the day, for darkness is as light to you. There are no places, nowhere where God's presence can't be found. So wherever you are in your life, God is there. So you have to know to hold on. Let God make your table. Let go of the fear. Times get hard, press on. Thoughts come, press on. Negative energy, press on. Because God has something for you. Let that push you. Let that guide you. You know what? Let me show y'all something here. Sometimes it's easier just to show you what God wants for you. So when you're going through life and fear has you, you know you need to be over there. That's your table. You can see it. That table may be a good marriage. That table may be good family and friends. That table may be your job, may be your success. It's whatever you want. Deliverance from whatever you're struggling with. Peace of mind, joy, whatever it is that God has for you is at that table. But between you and that table, you got to travel to it. And there are people around on both sides of the valley talking to you. And God gave us something. He gave us his word. But we don't use his word. We look at his word. We think about his words as quotes, as good sayings. And we say, yeah, that sounds good. Just like I said, don't worry, be happy. That sounds good. But how many times you stop worrying and be happy just because you heard the song? Do, 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 do. Okay, that was nice. Nice little jingle. Then you back to thinking them thoughts. That song didn't do nothing for you. Same way we read the Bible. We will read God's truth. And when we finish reading it, go back to whatever it was that we were struggling with. Like it didn't matter. But this is not a good saying. These are not cliches. These are truths. These are things that should be imprinted in your heart that you should use. And when you don't use it, it's like having $1 million in your pocket and living on the street. You got the money, spend it. I don't know if I need to. Stop letting fear hold you back to stuff that's been put in you to use. But we don't use it. We just, oh, it's mine. I know. I just don't. How silly do I look doing that? Very. All these bad decisions when God said, I'm your decision maker. But now I'm going to rely on myself and my friends. Where that got you? Nowhere. But you keep doing it. So look, if I know I got something, that's mine. And the only thing holding me back is space and opportunity. Because God said he with me, right? So I tell myself, I say, I'm supposed to be there. And I look at where I'm supposed to be. And I say, I want more. But people say I should give up. People say, your marriage broke. This doesn't happen. You got to let it go. And I say, but God, you gave me this and I want it. And they say I shouldn't have it. What does Luke 18:27 say? It says, what is impossible to man is possible for God. Take a step. Get to where you need to be. Then I say, but everyone else says I shouldn't think this way. I shouldn't want these things. Look at all that's around me. Look what's happening to me. The people, they're not even with me. I'm walking by myself. God says in Hebrews 13:5, what? I will never leave you or forsake you. I got you. Take a step. Don't let nobody hold you back because they screaming for the sidelines. Ain't nobody walking this path with you. You and God with his rod and staff. And what is his rod and staff doing? It's telling them, get back, get back. They got somewhere to go. Shut up. Leave them alone. Quiet your ears. Listen to my voice. Who do the sheep hear? They hear the shepherd. They don't hear the wolves howling. They don't hear the bears that are after them or the lions roar. They listening to the shepherd. Because the shepherd got the wolves at bay. The shepherd got the lion scared. So the only thing the lion can do is roar. Don't you worry about it, sheep. You vulnerable, but I'm here. I got your back. You see this big rod? You see this staff? They scared of this. They ain't going to come no closer to you. They just woofing. They just howling. They just trying to make you stop. Because if they know if they can hold you here, you can't get there. You can't enjoy where you need to be. So you sit there and you say, God, I can't do it. I'm struggling. Philippians say, I can do all this through him who gives me strength. You take your step. And you feel good about that step. And guess what? With each step, you gain in confidence. You doing what you're supposed to do. And you say, I don't have it, God. I don't know. I don't know if I can do it. The world says, I can't do it. 2 Timothy 1:7 says what? He said, he has not given me the spirit of fear, but of love, of peace, and of a sound mind. And I can take a step. Notice how close I am. I can see what's mine. I can see that it is, that I'm here. And the enemy starts coming against me. He wants me to stop. But James 4:7 says what? Resist. Resist the devil and he will flee. Get back. I ain't worried about it. And I take my step. And I'm right there. And I'm getting close. And all of a sudden, look at what this says. It says it's a big jump. I'm getting close. But Lord, are you sure? Are you sure this for me? Are you sure that I can do this? I don't feel like I can. I feel like I'm hurting a little bit. I feel like I'm struggling. I feel like this ain't really mine. What does Isaiah 41:10 say? Do not fear, for I am with you. Do not be dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you and help you. I will uphold you with my righteous hand. Don't that just give you a little bit more strength to get right close to this table? Now you right here and you say, Lord, I see the table. But if I sit down here, they may not be my friends no more. They might not think about me the same. They may think I done changed. They may think differently about me. Lord, what do I do? I know this mine. I know I can do it, but this is a big jump for me. It's so different. This goes against the way that I was taught. I don't know if this is for me. I used to live like this, but I don't want to lose the respect of others. Because if I lose the respect of others, what more do I have? What does 1 John 4:10 say? 4:8. It says, 4:18, there is no love. There's no fear in love, but perfect love drives out fear. Because fear has to do with punishment. You ain't been punished no more, people. The one who fears is not made in perfect love. And when you sit down in the chair of love, you sit down and you enjoy your meal. You eat and you enjoy the joy. You enjoy the peace. You enjoy the comfort. You enjoy the gloriousness that comes with a great meal. Because now when you sitting there, Other people, everything they meant, it starts to be revealed to you. You wasn't in my corner to begin with. God gave me this big house. How you going to come over here and hate it? How you going to not like the car God gave me? How you going to not like the clothes God gave me? How do you mean hate in my life? You don't like my success? You throwing it in our face. I'm not throwing it in your face. I'm living the way God wants me to live. The only reason it's in your face because you realize you could have it too, but you too scared to come get what's yours. So if you scared, go to church. Don't come to me. I ain't got nothing for you but God's peace, love, and grace. And guess what? It's another chair over here for you. You can eat too, but you ain't getting none of mine. So you can stay there. You can stay there with the scowl on your face because you know what? A scowl ain't hurt nobody. You can stay there and you should yell. You can try to come in, but it's a rod and a staff over here that's going to hurt you if you try to get too close. So don't try to interrupt my meal. Don't try to make me mad because I'm here for what's mine. And that's God's joy, peace, and love. Because there was peace in the valley. How is it peace in the valley with people yelling at you? Because all it was a bunch of noise. In fact, after a while, it started to sound good. It started to sound like y'all were harmonizing. That was all right to me because I know God got me. And see, then you sit there and you went through the valley. But you know what, people? Sometimes, even when times are good, you will still get fearful. Remember what it said? Fear about what may happen. Fear about what somebody may take. Ain't nothing happening to you now, but what about tomorrow? What happens if things don't continue to go right? Oh, my goodness. What will happen then? Well, in Philippians 4, 6, and 7, it tells us don't be anxious, right? It tells us that we should trust in God, that we put petition to him, thanksgiving, right? His love is there for us. We present our request to him, and he's going to answer our call. A lot of times when we're traveling, we get scared because of the unknown. We pack our life with us because we're afraid we may leave something behind. We don't trust when we go out. But we have to be able to trust in God because here's the difference, and here's what fear is based on. Fear is based on scarcity. Fear is based on I don't have enough. Anytime you've been afraid, you think I don't have enough talent to do it. I don't have enough money to accomplish it. I don't have enough love and support in my life to go that far. Because something may happen and it may show up that I don't have enough. But love is based on abundance. And when you have abundance, you know how far you can go. You seen rich people, how they just go? You'll see a rich man get off a plane and he just get off just like this. Where his bags at? Figure when he get there, he'll buy whatever he need. But you'll see some poor people that much, but they got a bunch of trash bags. You don't know what? You don't know what they got a suitcase in his thing. Well, trash bag and Tupperware. We might get hungry. We might be hurting. We might do this. I got everything. Right? They'll pack the car if they could. Love is based on abundance. In John 10:10, he said, the thief cometh but to steal, to kill, and destroy. But I've come that they might have life and have it what? More abundantly. We're going to close with this because I know I went long. You got enough to do everything God wants you to do today. You don't need to get no more. You don't need to earn no more. You don't need to go no further. You just need to start doing what he wants you to do. So quit trying to get more because you will never get enough for you to feel comfortable. That sheep will never be a wolf. That sheep will never be a lion. That sheep has to learn to depend on who has the abundance. The shepherd has enough for you and every sheep that's with you. So until you put your faith in the shepherd, you will never make it through the valley. You've been trying to go at it alone for too long. You've been trying for so long and falling flat. You've been bit, you've been kicked, you've been hurt because you weren't dependent on the shepherd. You were trying by yourself. And you were depending on friends who was actually wolves. They look like sheep. But every time you notice that you do something, they'll bite you. They'll nip you. It wasn't enough to make you bleed, but it was enough to put a question mark in your head. Because how many friends you say, what you mean by that? Oh, nothing. That was a nip. Why you say it like that? I was just saying that was a nip. They were coming at you. They let you know who they were, but you kept them around for too long. Because love don't nip. Love hugs and comforts. Love make you feel good. It only nip you when you're going somewhere. But when you ask love what you mean by that, love don't say nothing. Love say, you know what I meant. You don't need to be doing that. Get back over here. That's love. The fear, when people mean danger, they say, oh, I ain't mean that, but I just come on. You nipping me. You got to push you back. That's when the rod come in and say, 6 feet, 10 feet, 12 feet, and it ain't COVID because of you. I need you back from me, right? You have to make sure that you're dependent on God. God removes all the sheep's clothing. He reveals the wolves. He reveals the lions. And he keeps you on your path. Because when it's dark, you ever notice how sometimes when you with people and y'all all going through the same thing, but you the only one got a little bit of light they can see. Because you the only one that got God on your side. Saying you ask, what y'all struggling with? We all here. No, we ain't. You here. I got somewhere to go. Let God take you where he need to go.